Hello, this is Ice and Quinn, and we're back with another Minecraft Odyssey, episode 2, as I promised. I went ahead and finished up the house. Well, I didn't finish it. Got most of the house complete. You can see a little interior decorating. Added some pieces in, some food, some tired. Put up some pictures. I used some of the new stonework, so you can see there's some different stones. The floor, I mixed up the tiling. I've got a couple rugs partially complete. Little view of cows jumping off mountaintops. Still have the upstairs to do. Different stone insets, or sorry, wood insets for the floor. Some ornate doors. It really didn't take as long as it probably looks like. Tried to change the living room, this would be the living room. Do I have the furniture in, obviously, because you don't really need furniture. Outside, we can see, well, there's a creeper waiting for us there. Sort of the river and the skeleton here. Well, everybody's in town. Did some wall hangings. Let's see if we can kill the skelly here. So, rule, never attack skeletons in the water unless you're underwater. Then they can't hit you typically. Best just avoid them in water completely because they're going to kill you. They can knock you back and you'll never get a chance to hit them. You see the area I picked has lots of horses between a lot of biomes, so we've got plenty of space to adventure, to continue the Odyssey as Odysseus. Lots of horses here and some dead zombie parts. And what I've been doing is just taking clippers, walking around clipping the sheep in the area. There's a lot of them, a couple of wolves that are killing them. There's a couple nice horses. There's also a mule in the area or donkey I'd like to pick up and tame him, but I haven't gone adventuring yet, so I don't have anything. Here is a horse, I believe. It's a Pegasus. They do have some Pegasus in the game. I've had bad experiences with Pegasus in the past, so I would not ride one to save the entire world. I would let it all burn in Hades before I will ride a Pegasus. But I might have a choice in this game. There are foul ones out there. Seems strange, doesn't it? So let's see if we can clip this guy here, get some more wool. I'm just collecting the wool so I can add more interior decorations, various things. You can do a lot with it. I'll do a video on maybe decorating using the new material. You can see there's a lot of stone types that minor, but when combined, I think overall have a nice finesse to the look. And this is just so you get an idea for the area I'm at, and so I get the idea where I'm going to fall. This is sort of a plains or savanna area. I think we'll be back here. In fact, what I might do is just go ahead and put a torch up here so I remember to come back here. But I think my basement might lead to it. Odysseus didn't have a house where he's at, but we do. It's a different story, slightly. Oh, there's Mr. Creeper. Oh. Now, what I did do is turn off the, as I mentioned before, in the last video, I did turn off the griefing so the creepers won't destroy the blocks, just because in the video I don't want to spend a lot of time rebuilding blocks, the land, and the buildings. It's sort of mundane. I'm half for, half against creepers destroying blocks. I like the fact they explode. He still does damage to me, but won't destroy the building because I don't want to have to spend time redoing that. I have a little rug here, a double bench, double chest, lots of torches as you can see. As soon as I can get to the Nether or Hades, I will add some more material in for lighting. That should improve it. I'm going to put a chest here. Later I'll put a double chest. Really haven't had a chance to do much as far as collecting weapons materials. I just went ahead and built the house. What I'm going to do in this chest is start storing all the components that I will use either for strange weapons or alchemy potions later. And then on the back of the house I will build basically a storage closet and then maybe a crafting room. See, I got a little open area there in the kitchen, and then this would be the dining hall, I guess. I got water built in. Later I'll put in some better water resources, but at least I have a water resource. Actually, it's only 2 blocks, so I can't use it. I forgot about that, so it has to be 3 blocks to make it never ending. So, and if you're not familiar with that, we'll cover that too. I have 2 ovens here. I do have some iron, not much. I've just picked up a little bit. This episode's really going to be about us taking those first steps into the adventure. I guess is Odysseus, so he's got his home away from home here, unlike the book, the Odyssey. But let's pretend that he's across. Well, it's a mashup, so he does have a home. There's a little garden I put outside just to always have some food on hand. The wheat here, replant it. This is not ready, but I'll still go ahead and collect it. Could put some lighting out here. As soon as I get the nether, I'll put some lighting out. Or I might just leave it as is. Right now, I don't have any lily pads or anything to put on the side of the water, so I'm not planting anything closest to the ocean or sea, I guess, because I don't want stuff falling and me picking it up. I've extended all this ground, so actually it's just 1 block and you can fall through, so I need to fix that. But I'm going to build some underwater stuff, and hopefully we'll find something like Atlantis along the way and expand on it. So I've been trying to get some dogs tamed. You tame those with bones. You see the upstairs of the house isn't done, but I am going to build it. These cows are everywhere. I don't know how they climb that well. I've put these trees out here just for looks. I'm going to put 2 more stairs to expand that a little bit. Did a little bit of gardening. Let's go ahead and collect the sugar cane here because we're going to need a map. I lost my map. I think I died someplace and I jumped in the water, broke through ice, and couldn't get back up. So I lost all the stuff I had in that, which was one of the maps. But yeah, well, you live, die, and you learn. So you can see underwater, it needs some rework, but we'll get to that as soon as I can do some potions of underwater movement and breathing, or enchantments. That's the next thing we can work on. But before we do any of that, we have to make sure we get plenty of use out of the kitchen here. I haven't quite figured out how to work these rugs yet because they all come in the same end shape. So how to do like a square of that pattern, I'm not sure. I'm sure there's a way. I just haven't figured it out yet. Maybe there's a way to rotate them. This normally in the kitchens I have like a food box and a coal box. This one's doing everything. My unfinished rug. Different sheep will give you different patterns, and you can dye them. This is the basement, which leads down to the underworld. Not the underworld, just caves. In Greek mythology, the underworld is far different. So I really haven't ventured down here much. So I can hear some critters in the area. What I'm going to do is get some different blocks up. I like to keep blocks handy for covering up things that I'm going to fall through later. That sort of fixes that. I see a zombie down there. I can put up a barrier so when I get shot with bows, arrows, or hit by a zombie, or a creeper explodes on me, or a spider knocks me down, all the things you can encounter in the underworld and caves. We haven't hit the underworld yet. Let's see, put a little bit of lighting here. I always put my torches on the right-hand side of the wall, so that way when I'm coming back, they should be on the left-hand side of the wall. He can't get to me because of the water. Well, too bad for him. A place to go down there. Torch on that side. Sometimes I put him in the center of the floor, which means check for another torch, basically, or you're near an exit. What I want to do is collect some iron and some coal, but I do want to light up this place, see what we have down here. This is the first time I've been down here. I've just built the area to it. I will build this into a cellar so I can store lots of material, even though I should be adventuring across the world. Technically, Ulysses should be on an endless quest, but I need a home base. So, again, it's a hybrid. It's a modern retelling of Ulysses. That's what we're going to do. It's a modern retelling, not perhaps the one you're familiar with in school, Ulysses, written by James. But we will make it a little bit more coherent and more entertaining. So yes, this is our retelling of it. So he has a house. He's in a land lost by himself, and he has to well, discover and take that quest of journey, because it is a buildings romance story. And spider alert! Get him. Oh, I'm gonna actually get my first web, so I can do some fishing later. And I know what you said is, Eisen, you just mentioned building roman. What is that? That is a literary term for a story of growth and journey. So if you've seen any story, road trip story, where somebody, starts one destination, goes to another, quite often in Western literature it's from east to west, and during that journey, the person grows and expands, that's a building roman story. The Odyssey is really one of the first ones. Ulysses learned a lot from his quest. He learned the mistakes and problems that he had, even though, he was a friend of Achilles, and you think he would learn everything from Achilles, who had the ego of a god and, well, had an Achilles tendon. But anyway, so this is our building romance story. We will journey, but we'll come back to the same spot, because in today's stories, we come home. Lots of iron down here. That's all I'll say about that for now, because I know you want to hear more, but I'm going to make you hold off and see a little bit more of the game. Skeleton alert. Oh, and zombie alert. Get behind the corner so the skeleton can't hit you. Zombie. Oh, he got me. Oh. See if I can get this guy before he keeps coming back. Skeletons have become a lot more lethal in the new update, and so have the mobs. I don't know what it's set to, if it's easy or difficult. I will change it to difficult if it's not. Seems like it might be easy because they're dying pretty quickly. But the important thing is, well, even in easy, they've killed me a few times if this is easy, so I'm not worried about that. I think I mentioned in the last video that coal is the oil of Minecraft. We need lots of coal, so we're going to keep getting coal, because that's what I made the house, had to cook all that stone work. So here, a little bit of iron, and we have to smelt the iron, so grab some more coal. Can never have enough of it. Keep an eye out for creepers, because they do lurk everywhere, and that's the thing about them. You're not supposed to be able, I guess, to hear creepers, but they do have a soft footstep. So if you're using headphones, you can hear them sneaking up behind you. It's like they're wearing sneakers. What I sometimes do is in areas where, like around a house, I'll put gravel, because they make more noise on gravel than they do anywhere else. It's a pretty big underground basement that we're going to have available as an entire cellar space. It looks like it travels. I should have built a map so we can see how far it goes. I want to follow these as much as possible. I hear the sounds of another creature. So in the mashup, they've changed their looks, which so far everything's been great. The sheep, okay, yeah, they've got a pattern on them, so are the cows, but I'm going to call that branding. Build some stairs down here. I just don't like jumping. Oh, skeleton. So I get out of the way of him before he hits me. And my sword. A little bit of keyboard or controller-itis there. I've got the sensitivity set low on one and high on the other. Let's just get rid of this guy. He actually kills us. They normally appear in pairs, so if you see one, there's probably a pal hanging out someplace. Don't know where, but someplace. What I'd really like is a spawner. That would be great. If you're not familiar with the spawner, that's the thing that generates monsters, and you can lock those up and use them endlessly. Great for resources. And when you come across villagers, and we will be coming across some villagers, we will trade with them, and usually those materials work well. Or if you're playing a public server, they come in handy as well. Enough of all that. Let's continue with exploring, well, this cave system, which ends here. This is gravel. You can hear that crunchy sound. That's a creeper giveaway. Some coal up there. Hate to let the coal slip by. Grab stone anytime I can. I know a lot of people don't care about the different types of stone, but so far I've been able to use it as chiseled and polished to give a different effect in the house, the place where, Ulysses normally didn't spend, but again, our story is different. Here is some iron, so we'll grab some iron. as much as we can. So we can build some iron. I'm using pretty much everything stone right now. Need some iron armor because I want to go to the Nether or Hades. We're going to call it Hades in this one because that's really what it is. But, you know, I need diamonds, and in order to get diamonds, I need iron because I need an iron pickaxe in order to cut those diamonds out of the ground. So, some redstone, some obsidian. We've got a whole lot ahead of us here. Some of that I'll try and do again on the side so you don't have to spend all the time with me. It's a difficult thing because experienced players watch these videos for the fun of it, and new players watch these videos because they want to learn. So how much is tutorial and how much is, you know, redundant mining, which you can see I'm doing. I can't resist coal. So if you see me pass up coal, I'm doing something that keeps me from the compulsion to collect coal, which, you know, just about everyone in Minecraft ends up with what I call, you know, mining fever. That is the OCD nature of, and it's not really OCD, so please don't send me emails and messages telling me it's not OCD. I know we all in the game call it OCD. It's the desire to keep things somewhat symmetrical, or in your eye, what you'd like it to look like. I don't like outcropping stones. I tend to get rid of them, and I like to fill in some holes, some I don't. But when it comes to coal, I need as much coal as possible, and I will actually mine coal while I hear monsters sneaking up behind me, because the coal needs to be mined. What's worse is when it's one of those areas of coal that just keep on going. You know, I mean, look at this coal everywhere. But you keep digging and digging and digging, then you hit water and you drown. So if you're new to Minecraft, here's the thing. Don't mine on the stone you're standing because you're going to fall through. I used to play with a player who I told this to over and over, and he would mine on the stone and then fall in the lava. And then complain. He was good at complaining. I didn't mind it so much, but the Pegasus that played in the game with us was absolutely frustrated by the amount of complaining that he did. So, you know, I would hear him complain, then I hear the Pegasus complain. So I know this doesn't make sense, you know, to you, but it does to me. So there you got it. Don't mine on the stones that you're on, and you know, maybe some of this will come to light in future videos. A little bit of mystery in your adventure story is good. So far, it's not very adventurous, other than this is what Minecraft is about, is exploring and building, and we're exploring right now. Oh, iron. Iron alert. Grab more iron. It's spawning in larger areas. I mean, larger groups now. I've noticed that. So if you're new, anytime you are grabbing iron, always check an empty block nearby because it's probably going further in it. You're missing out on some iron. Just grab that block while I can. I hear the zombie out there. Yeah, see, then there's another block down there. So get it. Will it lead to another block? No. Could knock out some area, but instead, I'm going to do one of those Minecraft OCD things, and that is fill in the hole. Creatures can't spawn in single block areas, although the baby zombies can actually spawn in smaller areas. That's lava down there. It's red in this game instead of in this mashup texture pack instead of yellow. So far, I have no complaints about the texture pack. I've used a few others. Oh, creeper. Yeah. I didn't hear him. I'm busy talking. Should have been able to hear that, even though that's what they do. Creepers creep. Don't hate them for creeping, I guess, huh? Or as the common joke is, oh, that looks really, you know, nice. Let me destroy it. Let me take care of that for you. So I have a T-shirt of a creeper in the Death Star. And so that's a nice Death Star. Because what they typically do is blow up and, you know, for those who don't know, destroy the earth or material around them, making terrible holes and annoying everyone. And traditionally in the game you have them, but I think, well, most of the players I know now turn off the griefing part, which is basically destroying the blocks around you. they can blast you into lava, so always be careful with that. And here's where I like to keep my stuff organized. So I need some more blocks in this hole. Oh, I meant to eat that. That's bread. It's got a different look in this texture pack. Sort of rolls. What it looks like. I don't think that's any more historical Greek than, say, flatbread. But flatbread probably wouldn't look very good, so we have it looking like little. There's coal there. Do I ignore it? Do I ignore it? Yeah, for now. I think there might be a zombie spawn around here, unless they just can't get through that water. I usually leave the water running until I clear out most of the area. That way I'm not overrun with spawning critters. Sometimes I'll actually flow water to block off an area. A long tunnel, I'll just keep water flowing down it so that way they can't come up it. Keeps the creepers away as well. And here is where you learn not to mine on the block. I knew that would happen. The block below you. We would be taking a trip down there. And my pickaxe. So yes, don't mine on the block below you because you could take a long fall. That would have been a fairly short one, but nothing worse than falling in lava and everything you have being destroyed. So that mining experience was lost. In fact, I will often keep a chest if I know how to get out of the place in order to store the stuff. So in case I'm dead, I don't have to worry about picking up my loot. I can just go to the chest point, storage point. Not doing that this time because I have faith. A lot that I see here as far as building a multi-storied maybe temple. We're Greeks, so we have to have a temple of some sort. I'm not going to stand on that, but so far it looks safe. When the water starts flowing. Grab that. The other thing is you don't want to be in a narrow tunnel when you mine and water comes out. I hear some very urgent zombies, which might be the spawner, which would be great because finding a spawner would we could do an episode on Billy Spawner, and that's what we'll do. You hear so many zombies in the area, so they're spawning repeatedly. I think you can have up to 8 in a spawner room, so although you can hear for 16 blocks technically, so but I think we're pretty close. Different zombies at the same time, so that could be a sign of spawner. Well, enough of the spawner talk. There's more coal, and we need the coal. That water down there. Yeah, that's getting blocked off any way you look at it. So we're filling those gaps. I don't need little dark crevices spawning the munchkin zombies. People call them baby zombies. I just think they're different size zombies, and they are tough to deal with. They're fast, they're hard to hit, so jump up here in case the water comes flowing through. In the open area, it's not a problem, but if you've been playing the game, you learn not to, when you're, say, doing shaft mining or strip mining, doing a long, narrow path, you do not want to be in a hallway when there's water. It'll just wash you and everything, all your lights and everything out, which then creatures start spawning. Again, if you're new to Minecraft, where there's light, there's no spawning. But where there's no light, there's spawning. So you always want to keep lots of torches in the area instead of crawling out in the dark. You can make a potion, night vision, which is fantastic for finding stuff, but not so good for... Oh, we just fell in the water, but looking for that. Not so good for preventing spawns. But there's lots of potions you can make. Fishing out, here comes zombies. I'm just going to stay in this narrow area. I know there's going to be skeletons coming up behind him, or a creeper. So I can knock them off one at a time, getting mobbed by them, which is the real goal. These guys are really buff zombies, aren't they? I guess maybe Spartan zombies. Yeah. Although one of the armor sets you can build is Spartan armor, which is great. Because the Greeks, particularly the Spartans wore red, so you could see the blood, because you never know when your Spartan opponent's bleeding. They did. Spartans, when we say it's a Spartan life, Spartans were really tough guys. They were raised from birth, childhood, not really from birth, to be warriors. Their life was fighting. There's more to it than that, but we're going to simplify it. They were great warriors, and they had a special elite group of warriors that selected male partners, because one of the problems with soldiers when they went out, to fight wars is they would spend a lot of time raping. They're out, and I guess, well, you're killing people, so why not rape at the same time? An atrocity, but that's what soldiers did. So they would have. There's a group of Spartans that would actually select. These were like their special forces. Select a partner. Don't want to go down there yet, but I do want to go down there. That's lava flowing down. We need lava to get the other stuff. Anyway, I'll finish with it. They would select a partner, so that way they always had a lover, and they weren't focusing on anything but killing people. That's right. That's how tough the Spartans were, is that they... Oh, this guy's going to knock me in the lava. Oh, two of them. Yeah. If I can get the stone here. I'm grabbing the wrong weapons. So those guys hopefully won't... Oh, he set himself on fire. Do not... Oh, he must have hit some lava someplace. Almost got me dead, but I managed to finish him off. That was close. Too busy talking about Spartans and the special forces. Well, to finish it up, so they had a partner with them all the time, and that way they were ultimate warriors. It means you don't want to meet them. And what started all this was the little red crust on the top of the helmet was initially thought to intimidate opponents, because you see this guy with a red, crust, or basically horsehair dyed red. It looks spooky. The armor of the Greeks in itself. Many wonderful stories. But we don't have any of that armor right now, so let's go on with what we're supposed to be doing, and that's paying attention to what we're doing here. Because now I've got myself lost. But, well, there is coal. So what I'm going to do is just dig a tunnel through. What I typically do if I'm doing a straight tunnel is every, so many blocks, I'll actually do a block in the ground to stop water flow or lava or something like that. Give me a chance to get away from it. Should I block off this water here? That means everything from below can come up. But then I can get through easily. Don't want to block off this area completely because I want to go down, but I don't want to get knocked into it at the same time. Make use of the controls. It's been a long time since I've played Minecraft, and I put everything, so you hit R1, X1. I'm playing on the PlayStation 4. It's the same on the Xbox. I might start a different mashup on that. You can don't want to do too many. Instead, what I will do is Titanfall on the Xbox. I play it there. It's a great game if you haven't played it. Never got the attention it needs, but I'll put that out there. It's an exclusive, so that's a little bit unfair to the people who are playing. Well, it's on PC, so I guess it's unfair to people who have the PS4s. But, maybe you'll decide to buy an Xbox for it. And proof that I'm not just promoting one over the other, just whatever's convenient at the time. So, enough of that. We're collecting iron. Actually, there's no iron there. I think the music for the mashup pack is great. They've done everything right with this one. Some of the others, the Mass Effect, the science fiction look at it because of the blocky nature and the graphics doesn't pull it as well. The natural pack looks good. I'm not fond of some of the textures on it, and I don't think they have a Doctor Who texture pack. I wouldn't mind trying that. They have a Doctor Who skins. But so let's go back up into the house and close the basement door. We'll come up here. Yeah, well, that's probably the adventure for this episode. You got to see, the new house. You got to see what's under the house. The next episode, we'll maybe venture a little bit further down below the house, see what we can get in line of finding some diamonds and some obsidian, and then we might build a boat and take that out as well. I'll try and take care of some of the other stuff in between. Remember, if I always forget this, if you like the video, please like it or subscribe. If you subscribe and have notifications, you know when the new video is coming out. This one's actually fairly quick compared to the others. This is Ice and Quinn. Follow me here. I'm Ice and Quinn on Twitch, on all the consoles. I'm Ice and Quinn everywhere except on Twitter. I'm Rudolph Pearson, which I'm sure will be popping up on the screen later. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you later.